Well, hi guys, you in here again? Okay, well cool. Well, welcome to Adventures Found. Guess what we're doing this morning? Going on a little field trip. I told you a couple weeks ago or a few weeks ago I'm doing a revision of one of my guidebooks, Best Tent Camping in Ohio. Great little book, and we're about to make it better. And you get to come along as I go do a little in-field research. This morning we're headed over to Jefferson Lake State Park over in the a little more extreme eastern part of the state. So buckle up, we're going to take a ride and give you a little behind the scenes of writing a guidebook. It'll be fun. Woot woot! So I'm often asked about writing these guidebooks that I've done. I've written 2 guidebooks, one on camping and one on hiking. And I've done a little history book on the history of deer hunting in Ohio. All 3 pretty cool little books. You gotta check them out. All 3 available on Amazon.com or anywhere books are sold. So that's that plug. So the field trip portion of writing a guidebook is probably my favorite part, because it's just simply exploring and taking notes while you're doing that, notes and photos. And then the work goes back to the desk, and then sit down in front of the computer and write everything up. And that's fun also. It's kind of like reliving your little adventure there and polishing up and put it in a form that will be an entertaining read for the book readers using your guidebook so they can plan their trip. Alright, we just arrived here at Jefferson Lake State Park. Here's the namesake for Jefferson Lake State Park. Jefferson Lake. What a beautiful little lake, man. Kind of tucked back here in the hills of eastern Ohio. We're the only ones here. Only ones here on a Friday afternoon. Such a beautiful lake. Let's go check out the campground now. For this guidebook, I provide all the information you need to plan your trip, including what seasonal dates the campgrounds are open or closed. So this is a very quaint little state park. This is the only state park in Ohio that I've not visited to this point. Now, check Jefferson Lake State Park. So according to the signage here, it appears that this park, because it is surrounded so tightly by hunting areas, that seasonal hunters would maybe frequent this park and use the campground as a base camp. Bridle trails paralleling the hiking trails are bridle trails, several bridle trails. So the horse folks find this campground to be very useful. Avid tent campers appreciate a little extra privacy, such as this site here. I give each campsite at each campground a thorough review and rule out any sites that are too small, unlevel, or may be too crowded during the busier seasons. Typically, I spend 1 or 2 nights at each campground to get an accurate feel of the place. But because of my busy schedule, it was just a run and gun kind of day for this review. I give 5-star ratings for 6 key elements in this guidebook. And those elements are beauty, privacy, spaciousness, quiet, security, and cleanliness. All right, well, I just reviewed this section of the campground here at Jefferson Lake State Park. Beautiful little park, man, and really tucked in out of the way. On the way in, I passed two campers. Two different sites were occupied by a hunter, and the other was just out for a quiet night or two. Right there's a nice little trailhead for a hiking trail, for footpath. Tucked down in here, plenty of shade for summer camping. Beautiful scenery for fall camping. Nice level site right here behind us here to throw up our tent. It's a good site. Site 49 at Jefferson Lake State Park is a good one. Now let's go explore more of the park, wrap this review up, and tell the story for Best Tent Camping Ohio. Well, there you go, guys. That completes our tour here at the Jefferson Lake State Park. Just did the whole loop here at the campground, picked out the best tent camping sites, and checked out a few of the hiking trails here. Real nice trails that lead down to the lake that we saw earlier. These campsites are laid out really well for the most part. They're tucked in and tucked away from each other. Nice little campground. Love it. Probably one of my faves, just instantly, just like that. Well, notes gathered, photos taken, video captured. There's only one thing left to do. Take all of our notes, our photos, and our video, head back to the desk at the cabin, sit down, compile this into a real nice review and a little photo collage for the second edition of Best Tent Camping in Ohio. Check it out. Well, that's it for this week on Adventures Found. Thanks for watching. We appreciate your time. If you like what you saw, please give us a big old thumbs up. If you want to see more each week of feature videos and outdoors news, outdoors travel, fun, subscribe to the channel Adventures Found. Oh, and one last thing. Please remember, every chance you get, guide a kid outside. I ride the waves I can't control. I learn how to be